Welcome to Date Night.
Hello.
I'm Nikki.
I'm Robert.
And today is my turn for the movie.
I'm looking forward to it. I've been looking forward to this all week.
So, how do you feel about Johnny Depp?
He has some questionable roles.
He does. I used to be a huge Johnny Depp fan. Still kind of am.
When he nails it, he fucking nails it. But
yeah.
Then again, he has been in, like I said, like the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory was questionable at best. When he played Tonto.
Yeah, no, not that one.
No,
yeah.
And I think that he did a Kevin Smith movie, which I love Kevin Smith, but his recent stuff I've not been the biggest fan of.
Okay, so this one might not be too bad. It's a voice actor role. Rango.
Oh, I actually did a paper on this in college. I'll have to talk about that later, but yeah, I did a paper on this in college when I was taking a film class and I had to pick my own movie to break down, like, intellectually the entire movie. So this is an interesting one. I like this.
I've watched it once.
You haven't even opened this DVD. When did you get this?
This one I got a new copy because the old one got stolen from me.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so I watched it once, then the movie got stolen, and then I haven't watched it since. I don't remember anything really about it.
Alrighty, so I have more experience with this one than you do then.
Yeah.
Because I watched this about 50 times in a week to write this paper.
Well, let's watch it for our 51st time.
Let's do this. Alright guys, so we just watched Rango, and I personally love this movie. Like I said in our intro, I ended up writing a film analysis of this movie when I was back in college, and a lot of it had to do with symbolism. Which this movie, excuse me, my Chipotle is coming back. This movie is just dripping with different symbolism. From the very beginning with the Ave Maria as he's falling out of the car, all the way to the very end. Like, it's building a legend through symbolism. They end up talking about the spirit of the West a lot, and how you have to go on a journey to the other side. Yes, roadkill, as IMDb calls the armadillo, says that it's the other side of the road. It's metaphorical, but it does such a great job. And as we were watching the movie, at one point I stopped and talked to Nikki, and I was like, is it bad that this is one of the best Westerns that has come out in the last 20 years? You know, it's a cartoon made for kids, despite, like, a ton of death, actually, in the show. It is made for kids, and I personally love this movie. I really do. The design of the cast is great, from the eagle in the Civil War. I think it's Confederate uniform that he's wearing, but with the arrow shot through his eye. Like, just the entire cast is designed phenomenally. I love it. Beans being the not damsel in distress, and yeah, they end up making her the damsel in distress in the end because reasons. Like, it makes sense in the story, but I would have loved it if in the end she would have been like, no, I'm the hero, assholes, you know, kind of deal. But I loved it. I could literally go on for an hour if I really wanted to about the different symbolic things that are happening. How the owls are the parallel of a Greek chorus in a tragedy, how Wagner's Flight of the Valkyrie and Blue Danube change how we're supposed to feel about the scene, going from this epic, Flight of the Valkyrie has been used a ton of times in cinema, especially when it comes to anything flying, because it's supposed to be these almost angelic-like beasts of war coming and fighting from the sky, and Blue Danube being this expression of freedom, which the movie does phenomenally. I love that the horses are road runners. I thought that, when I first watched it, I thought they were chickens, but the design is very specific, and they are road runners. I liked that the mayor's assistant is a fox, literally a fox. They play on the white hat, black hat trope of westerns a lot throughout this. I don't have enough good things to say about this movie. I personally love this movie. And like I said, I could go on for a full hour if I thought that I had the film to do so. But instead, I think it's time to kick it over to Nikki for her analysis. So, see you in a minute.
Okay, so I had seen this movie before. Like I said, I didn't really remember it all too well. It's not one that I put in my top favorites, but it is a really good story. As a bookworm, I really liked all the metaphors to it. There's a lot of metaphors about life, about rebirth, about growth in your own self. There's some very much adult kind of thought processes that are happening in a children's film, and I think that speaks true to DreamWorks and Nickelodeon. I really appreciate when that happens in children's films and children's shows, to kind of teach a lesson without teaching a lesson. All throughout the film, it's very much kind of driving the narrative of life is hard and you kind of have to adapt to it. So all throughout the movie, Rango is telling these grand tales about how he, kills 7 people with 1 bullet, and he does all this stuff with 1 bullet. It's not true, but he is portraying himself as something better than what he was previously. He's trying to make himself more grand than what he is. But he is the hero of his own story, which I think is really neat, because you are the main character in your story, which is very neat to think about. I also like that there were adult jokes that parents can watch and kind of chuckle at. Were they the greatest? No, but it keeps the parents entertained too, along with the kids. What I also like, there were certain quotes that I really liked throughout the film. One, when Rango is meeting the mayor, he says, with great power comes great privilege, which is also very true. Some people go into power just for the privilege. Another great quote was from Roadkill. Towards the climax of the movie, he says, "We all see what we want to see," which is a great quote just on perspective. You may think that your life is over and you're at the very bottom, but depending upon how you look at your situation, it may not be that way at all. So as a word nerd and as a book nerd, those themes, I really appreciate those themes. As a movie overall, it's kind of, there's a lot of cliches and a lot of tropes. It's kind of, you can kind of see what's going to happen. He's going to be the hero, he's going to be the girl, that sort of thing. But it's neat how it's very subtle in the way of what it's trying to tell you. So. Right.
Word nerd.
I'm a word nerd. That's all I have.
All right.
I'm done rambling.
You're done rambling?
Yeah.
I don't know if you realize how hard it was when you started quoting the mayor with great power comes great privilege.
Yeah.
I almost just went, no, comes great responsibility, thwip, thwip.
That's because you're obsessed with Spider-Man.
Hey, if I could be any superhero, it would be Spider-Man.
It was hard for me not to write it down as I was taking notes. I was like, wait, what was that quote? What?
The movie has so many great moments.
It does.
And you were talking about the humor and the adult humor.
Yeah.
And there was a part where we were watching, you went, oh, that's dark. And
yeah, because of the owls.
yeah, so at one point they have captured people that are actually innocent of the crime they're being accused of, but the entire town is like, you can tell that something's about to go down, and it pans, and the owls, who are the Greek chorus that I was talking about, are hanging by their necks on nooses, still playing and singing. And Nikki just went, oh, that's dark.
Like, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. What did you think of the Spirit of the West when they showed him?
So,
Clint Eastwood's Man Without a Name. Like, that's what that design is through and through.
yeah, because you hear about the Spirit of the West from Roadkill. And
His Golden Guardians.
Golden Guardians in an alabaster chariot.
Yep.
And it turns out that's his Oscars.
It's his Oscars and a golf cart, yeah.
Which I think is fantastic. Of course, it has to be Clint Eastwood. No one else is trying to fit the role of,
No, there's one person.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who?
John Wayne.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that one. John Wayne's a good one.
John Wayne could have been the Spirit of the West. But I'll take Clint Eastwood.
Definitely. What?
Well, hey there, Maury.
Maury.
I'm pretty sure people watching at home don't want to see your asterisks.
What about Bill Nighy as Jake?
Bill Nighy is a phenomenal actor.
Jake the Snake.
And I've already forgotten the director's name. I said it like right at the end.
You did.
Like not even 5 minutes ago I said, oh, I can't believe that it was Verbinski? Gore Verbinski.
Yeah.
Who also directed the second Pirates movie.
Mm-hmm.
And so the fact that you have Johnny Depp, who played, Jack Sparrow, Bill Nighy, who played Tentacle. Davy Jones.
I was like, locker. Davy Jones.
Tentacle. I was pretty succinct with that. I think I nailed it.
He even had like some similar like vocal is like.
I don't know if that's something that just Bill Nighy does, because I've seen him in a bunch of stuff, and I don't remember him.
Kind of has that hiss to it.
Well, it's not just a hiss, but he super enunciates like the final consonants of words. He did it in Pirates. He did it here, but like in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, I don't remember him doing that. In Shaun of the Dead, I don't remember him.
Is it when he only plays like a villain?
It may be like something that he does specifically when he's playing villains, because it comes across like very well when he does it.
Mm-hmm.
So like the voice acting is very interesting. Something I don't know if you know about this. This was not done the way a typical cartoon with voiceovers is done. It was all shot on like essentially a makeshift stage with the actors actually acting everything out.
I did hear about that, yeah.
And that I think is very interesting with the way they got everybody's movements, their facial expressions, like it made it feel more real, as cartoony as it is. And Rango was the most cartoony of the entire cast. And so with that being Johnny Depp, that makes sense.
Definitely.
But like they do a really good job through the acting and the voice acting of creating that atmosphere of like a good Western movie.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think everybody knows at home how we feel about this, but final thoughts on whether or not this is a good date movie.
I mean, I would classify it more as kind of like background noise, really. I don't think.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, if you want to sit there and analyze it for a school project, by all means. It's an easy one to do for like an ethics class, I guess, or an English class. I really wouldn't classify it as a date movie.
So you're a thumbs down?
For a date movie, yeah.
I'm a thumbs up. I like comedy. I like not having to think about stuff too much, but if you want to, you most definitely can.
Yeah.
You and I were both sitting here laughing at different things and enjoying each other's company. So I would say that it is a good date movie.
I mean, if you want to Netflix and chill it.
Yeah. We didn't. Yet.
But, I mean, yeah, it's an okay movie.
Okay, so with that, next week I'm picking the movie, and we will see you then.
Hey.
You're starting this one. Hello everybody and welcome to date night. Well, one second. Oh, my nose itches like crazy. Stop thinking about me.
Never.
Alright, whenever you're ready.